I parked my car. I think I saw some mint growing out of the concrete. Let me go grab that real quick. Yeah, why don't you go grab that real quick? You son of a.
So comfort food.
Food.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk. I suck.
Depressing. That was depressing. Can we get another guest out here, Nick? You gotta go.
Yeah, a 2-hour drive.
That's not my thing.
Restaurant Punk. Sorry.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, baby?
All right, I have a fun topic.
Do you? You're just getting right into it. Aren't even gonna pretend.
No, that.
Okay, how's the weather?
It's nice.
My guy.
Nice. You guys have traveled.
Yes.
You guys have traveled. Let's talk about airport food.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez. I thought, okay.
It has evolved, though.
What?
Has evolved depending on the airport.
It sure has. I think
depending on the airport.
We just came back from Mexico and we stopped and ate at Margaritaville, I believe. And it was probably one of the best airport experiences.
Fact check, the nachos were phenomenal.
Thank you, fact check.
Fact check. But I've had so many horrible meals that cost triple the price of normal meals over in the airports. And I understand. First of all, I don't understand if there's one company that runs a lot of the food there, like an Aramark or another multinational, whatever, or if every restaurant is individual. I don't know if it's if people are like union working there, or like I don't understand all the mechanics of it. All I understand is I've overpaid. I've spent a lot of money over the course of my life at airports eating shitty food.
No doubt.
To my understanding,
Okay.
any of the so you do have individual restaurants. So you feel like a chain or a name brand.
So like Margaritaville I went
franchise.
to.
Those are individual. Anything that you don't recognize might be like an in-house concept. If it's like, Reggie's Bar and Grill. And you're
Okay,
like, what is
yeah.
it? So there's probably an internal component where they might run 3 or 4 places just under kind of different names.
Yeah.
Some of the coffee stands or whatever. But the staff at most airports are union. And they're the staff that you then have to hire to each individual concept. So like
That's
the
more
chain
here, though, in the States. If he's travel abroad,
Yes.
go to Europe.
Sorry. Talking about just here.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to Heathrow.
Yeah.
I ate at a Gordon's Ramsay restaurant in the airport. You know what I mean? It's a whole different conversation.
It was good.
It was phenomenal.
So
Greece, too.
I am a fast food fatty.
Yeah.
I did a cross-country road trip with you. I know how many hot dogs you can eat in 2 weeks.
The mobile hot dogs in Texas.
At every gas
that was
station.
such a mistake. Oh my God.
You guys had every hot dog across the country.
Yeah.
At every gas
Whoa,
station.
sir. You do not talk about my personal life that way. You're right.
That's how you made it across country.
Especially Jesse in Arizona.
Look, I went to Florida with Noelle and I got food poisoning from shrimp at an airport. I think, was it fact check? Was it shrimp cocktail? What was it? It was a shrimp Caesar salad.
Okay.
Then that basically erased my next day in Florida. I was in
that
bed
sucks.
all
Because
day.
you ate
And
shrimp
it cost like
from an airport.
$19.
That's the worst.
It was bad, but it's just, I don't know. It's so hit or miss everywhere I go. It's definitely stepped up its game. I definitely agree with that.
It is way stepped up. And recently, the last few times I've been to an airport, I have gone to the breakfast places or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, the huge chunk at the beginning, and I would say way more often than not, I am going to just one of the chain places because
Like your Wendy's or those kind of places.
yeah, I know that it's tasting the exact same. That's like at the drive-thru around the corner.
Yeah.
Just because, and to your point, because I'm traveling and I'm not trying to, try some place at an airport that I've never heard of that
Shrimp Caesar.
shrimp Caesar. It's just odd. I never
really thought about it. And I was just looking down, we write down topic. We have like 500 topics on the piece. And I saw airport food and I'm like, I just thought about our recent stop and the nachos and everything. I thought about my food poisoning and I just thought about, I thought Starbucks was expensive just on any corner of the
it's-
street.
it's an
Forget about it at the airport.
So here's what I'll say.
I can get a
too
steak
on-
at dinner at a diner for a cheaper price than
So
a
it's funny. I was just about to
cappuccino.
say diner, and I know that that's a being an avid
Are you just saying that because we're
fan.
Greeks?
No, being an avid fan of
okay.
of restaurant punk. I know sometimes the D word,
Yeah.
isn't very nicely
We
used.
bleep that out with the F word as well.
So, but I will draw a comparison with airport food. I feel like food in general and hospitality in general, everything has taken that step up, right? Like,
Oh, it definitely
so yes,
has.
like what you could say 15 years ago about diner food. Good luck going to a diner that's opened, that calls themselves a diner, that has opened in the last like 5 to 7 years, that doesn't have amazing food.
That's true.
It's not diner food
Diners
anymore.
have stepped up.
Like people,
big time.
because
Definitely.
everything
They had to
has
evolve
because they've had to.
I feel like the rest of them shed it away.
Like
Yeah.
food trucks,
Right.
Like food trucks are trendy now, but being from the area we're in, right? Like food trucks used to be that like greasy.
Oh, it used to
like,
be the
but
dirty spot
like
that's
food trucks are now
Yeah.
the thing that people are taking pictures of. They're putting online. So like if food
They
trucks
follow
have
them
raised,
around.
You know what it is?
everything has raised. The only thing that hasn't raised is hot dogs at rest stops on cross country road trips.
They're still running on the never
Yeah,
ending
they still need
cycle.
to get with the times, but like everything else, I feel like it's all within the lens of like, but what does that look like the last 15 or 20 years? And when you guys are looking at, I mean, when was your first restaurant you guys opened at this point?
The
But,
first
the
restaurant
one that
I
you
opened,
kind of opened
2011.
12 years, yeah, so
Yeah.
12 years ago. Like just what food's done in the last 12 years,
Yes.
menu wise, what you could do, what you could get away with. The idea of not having a website, like you almost can't do that anymore. Right?
Yeah, I think we did an
the
episode
palates
on
of the world
you have
evolved.
to.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, and-
if you
and-
didn't, you were cleaned out. You weren't in business. It didn't take very long. You know, there was nothing wrong with diner food. It's
No.
basically comfort food. But here's the thing: you could do comfort food good.
Stadium food.
I think
Just
that's
do it-
something else I want to delve into. What is
Yeah.
comfort food?
Well,
Like even stadium food though, right? Like even stadiums have
it's
taken
true.
a step.
It's a good conversation.
Like
You know what?
There's
Mark
nothing
that off the list. What is comfort food? I'm just going to throw that into this.
what is comfort food?
What is comfort food as
So
well?
Technically, the definition, in my opinion, of comfort food is what makes you feel cozy at home, right? That's kind of how it really should be perceived.
When you think comfort food, what do you think?
That's different because I'm Greek, so you know, like
it's all
comfort
right.
food is waking
We
up. and
we have
finding
viewers
a
all
tray of
around the world.
baklava, and you know, for lunch, you know, feta with tomatoes and good olives.
We're going to
and good bread.
hashtag you Athens.
Yes,
Right.
So
what's comfort food?
the first thing I think of is like meatloaf,
Yeah.
macaroni and cheese, like green bean casserole, gravies, stewed beef, stuff like that.
So I'm going to take two of those. In your last 12 years, have you put meatloaf on a menu?
No,
No.
no.
If you did,
Oh, hold on.
Well,
I did.
see, I
But-
asked this question because I knew, but I
it's
wasn't going
not
to call you
regular-
out on
it
it.
had-
No,
No,
like, that's
Pete, it's
literally
not
where
just
I'm
the
going
meatloaf.
with
It
this.
had smoked fig ketchup on
Yes,
it.
that's what I'm
go.
saying. So you took, but that's the point, right? Comfort food. What is
Yes.
right now in this industry? It's comfort food, but you have to put a spin on it
Yes.
to take
Yeah.
it to a level that,
that's so Peter.
Yeah.
right? Like obviously mac and cheese, like everybody's done that, right?
Yeah,
Like, they all
everybody
take
does
the
it.
elevation
Yeah.
of, but like, you
Bobby,
know.
remember when we had the chef tastings at the restaurant? We all worked together, and we're like, "Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" He ran outside and ripped like a branch off a tree and lit it on fire,
Right.
and put like a
Fucking-
scallop through it. This thing, and this thing's goes out smoking out.
If
of
I
the
could
table.
tell
I'm
you
like,
with the amount of love, and I'm sorry that this is going to get bleeped, I cannot tell you how much I fucking hate this dude sitting next to me because we are way too young at that point in our lives
was
and in
23
our
years
careers. Like we have nothing. We have these jobs that we shouldn't have, and we're there at a like soft open friends and family, and we're talking through the menu, and like this fucking guy, we're like a week from opening. He hadn't made like 90% of the menu.
Yeah. It's still to this
I was
day.
like, oh, how
I
are we
do.
doing this? He's like, ah. I'm like, what are you,
got it.
What is that?
We're gonna
Like,
wing it.
got
We
it.
got like 80 people in the dining room. He's like, yeah, we're gonna.
How
yeah.
bad was I stressed
Oh
out?
my god!
I'm like panicked.
I remember there
Can I
was
tell you
one
the one
time.
guy that wasn't stressed. This f***ing guy.
Never,
Ever.
never stressed.
Yeah, this guy's over here. He's like,
Don't worry.
yeah. I think I parked my car. I think I saw some mint growing out of the concrete. Let me go grab that real quick. Yeah, why don't you go grab that real quick? You son of a
So comfort food.
Comfort
Yeah.
food. For me,
Comfort food.
hot dogs and mac
Hot
and
dogs
cheese.
and mac and cheese.
I don't know. If you go good old like diner style,
But even
it's
hot
like
dogs
those
now. You can't go to a
beef
place and order a hot dog.
stew,
Yeah.
chicken pot pie.
Yeah, that's
those
how
classics.
I think too. But I see all these things being just like Bobby said, like any diners that opened up in the past 5 years, they're really kicking it up, and that's a big thing on competition too. Like if you don't keep
Yeah.
up with the competition, they're going to leave you for the guy across the street.
Sure.
Oh, he's doing duck pot pie. Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
do the same thing, wrap it in bacon, deep
Which
fry
is
it.
interesting to bring it back to the airport thing. You have a captive audience because, well,
They don't have any other
they're
choice.
there. But within
You're not going to get repeat customers
Yeah.
every day.
But within the airport,
Yeah.
there's multiple options, right? So like there's competitiveness amongst the different brands that are there.
Yeah.
And although they do have a captive audience of just people in and out all day, what's going to separate you from somebody else? So they can't just rest on that idea. Like it's not you're the only restaurant in a town for 50 miles. Yeah, you could probably, but like that just doesn't exist.
Well, I feel like then the airport should go take the route of, let's just bring in names that everybody knows, fill those suckers up and not worry about anything.
Right.
Just leave it to them. Just take the profit. Don't worry about the headaches.
Which
Well, that would be an error market kicking in, or a company like that.
You know what? And companies like that, I've just realized that they take over pretty small locations sometimes too.
Yeah.
I just realized they took
I learned
over
that recently,
a
too.
local restaurant,
yeah,
a big company. No, not what I told you about. Even small or a place, a tenth that size. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are they doing walking in here? It makes no sense. Like,
So I think what's interesting about all those conglomerates, like an Aramark or a Compass Group or whatever, what's really interesting
Compass
about
Group, I forget about them.
what's really interesting about them is they also have like sub brands. So like you might not think like, oh, this is this is Pete's Catering, but Pete's Catering might be the gourmet catering branch of a bigger conglomerate.
or
They're just
Compass
rebranded
or
as
whatever.
and this and that and
Yeah.
whatever. So like, yeah, I mean, to your point, there's
yeah, I never
a
thought
ton
about
of
that.
those. Yeah, a ton of those.
Interesting. So we went from airport food to comfort
know.
food to
To
left
comfort
off the food
food,
trucks
to
a little
comfort
bit.
food in airports.
comfort food in airports. I will say though,
What about food on the plane?
Ah, that's an interesting
Let
conversation.
me tell you something that didn't go up in there. They're like, no, you can't leave the plane.
Yeah,
Well,
but
except
have you
for that
guys,
one where
have
the
you
door
guys seen
flew
those
off.
new
But
services
other
that
than
pack
that,
up your food?
sorry.
Like once you get through security for taking it on the plane, they're like box meals to take on there. They were doing that they did that in Heathrow, and I noticed that like even if you go here, they're doing it
guy's
kind
a
of in a
world
vending
traveler.
thing.
oh wow, no, I never heard of that.
Oh yeah.
But I will.
Gordon Ramsay has meals for the plane at the airports that he's
That's genius. I love that.
and they're like good meals.
I would guess if it's like Gordon Ramsay here, you want a
Right.
smokehouse burger? I'll be like, hell yeah.
By the way, I'm sitting
Yeah,
here
it's
being like,
$38.
The food
So
on the
good.
plane
but I
doesn't
think it's more
change, but in
geared at
first
stuff that
class,
you're gonna
it's
eat
like.
cold
Well, that's
or
what I
you're
was gonna
gonna
bring up.
I was gonna say.
I
people are like,
recently
what? Are you
came back
kidding
from
me?
Greece last year, and because Noelle and I got engaged, Nico.
Congrats.
Thank you. Nico upgraded our seats, and we were in business
Oh, that's
class.
nice.
So all four of us sat in business class. They give you the menus,
Yeah.
and you get your food and whatnot, but they also have another menu you can order anytime on the flight.
Get out.
It was Emirates.
Oh no kidding.
So I look in there, and
Funny,
I'm
my
like,
parents just flew in there.
you know what? I'll get a gyro.
No.
Yeah, they had a gyro on
You're
there.
kidding me.
I
was it?
swear.
So how good was this
horrible.
gyro?
Oh, it was
Okay.
trash. It was so
okay.
bad.
All right.
I wouldn't eat that again for free. I'm sorry, Emery. I love you guys, but that
How?
gyro
Don't do
has
a
to come
gyro.
off the menu.
How poor
I don't know if
did
we're
I
allowed to
just
mention
sound?
too many brands, but it's like Arby's doing gyro.
When I ordered,
it's not a gyro.
They're like, sorry, it took so long. We had to cook it. I'm like, you microwave it? They're like, yeah. I'm like, obviously, I guess I'm on a plane. What was I thinking ordering a gyro on a plane?
They fucking-
Coming back from Greece,
They
that's
even
my
knew
last
they're doing fresh
taste
pizza.
of Greece.
Well, you
was
did that
a
to me.
microwaved gyro and the yogurt. Ugh.
You hear my poor ass over here. I'm like, airport food hasn't changed on the plane, and it's like, go to the other side of the curtain, buddy. I didn't realize that's going on up there.
One time I went.
What else is going on up there?
Oh, man.
Do they have leg room? Don't tell me.
I won't.
No,
It'll
they're
be a
really
surprise.
Son of a bitch.
All right. I think we can go.
You know what? That's business class. Have you ever seen first class on some of these airlines? Your seat turns into like a bed.
Son of a bitch.
They have little things to hold your
eating a
champagne
gyro
flutes.
laying down as your bedtime snack.
Bring me 4 gyros, please. They cook stuff on a George Foreman stove in first class.
You're kidding me.
Yes, I am.
So it steps up from
know if
business
that's
class
true or
to
not.
first class. They use a Foreman grill.
Yeah, they're using Gotham Steel in.
All right. So I don't know if we answered any of the 5 topics we went across
No.
today, but we really appreciate you guys listening to this banter going back and forth. And food doesn't necessarily get better if you set off into the next level of a plane.
There's more options.
Don't order shrimp Caesar salads at airports.
Yeah, you didn't have to give that to anybody. There's not a single person out there right now that's like plugging the keyboard.
Do you think someone's watching
Pete,
us
you
at
saved
an
my life.
airport
Of all
eating
the
a shrimp
things that
Caesar
There
were
are more
salad?
people. There
Where
are
did
more
you
people
find
right
it
now
eating?
being
Did
like,
you know
what
that
an
it was going to be
idiot.
that bad? And you're like, I got to try this to make sure that it's not this bad.
No, I think it was breakfast as well, wasn't it?
You
was like
ate a
such a-
shrimp. You ate a poisonous
Restaurant
shrimp
punk
Caesar salad
out.
for breakfast.
No comment.
Like, who goes to the airport and
This
says I'm going to
keeps
eat
getting worse.
shrimp?
Oh,
This is bad.
Noel, you still have time. Run. Run away from him.
I would thank you for being here today, but
But no.
you're not coming back. I love you guys and thank you for coming
This
on
is our
today.
typical conversations, though. We never finish topics.
We never do.
Don't worry about it.
Ow!
Where you talk about people that like go to work for a corporate or a bunch
Oh,
of
she almost
sellouts.
took it in the face. Well, that could sound pornographic.
Not
Not
Sorry.
again.
Whoops.
It's not Tuesday. Wait a minute. It is. Oh, sorry.
What you got? What do you want?